Okay folks, thanks very much for joining us. Today I'm going to be tying up a tube fly and it's going to be on a pop rivet. So I'm going to be tying up the Posh Tosh on a pop rivet. Now these aren't designed for fly tying, so how we actually release the pin out of the pop rivet is we hold a pair of pliers onto the main body of the pop or the pop rivet, get a bit of wood and just apply a bit of pressure and that should release the pin. And then you have an aluminium or stainless steel tube for buttons with a lovely built-in cone head as well. They save time whenever you're tying. So I'll just add this onto the tube fly holder. Okay, now make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, so the first part we need to do is add on our threads. Our thread's black, fairly straightforward. And for the tag of the flange I'm using red wire. So cut a piece of wire off, add it in underneath and just run that along to where your junction tubing will meet the tube. Okay. Then we're going to add in a couple of turns, so it doesn't have to be too many. There's 4 turns, and then I've secured that in, and then I'm going to run that wire up the tube, and then I'm going to bend that back on top of itself, and that will form the rib as well. Okay. Now as I'm doing this, I'm covering more of the tube. I want the whole tube, the whole tan area, the whole shank, what would be the shank if it was a hook, to be black for my body. Now, for the body of this, I know it's not true to the exact original pattern, but quite similar look to it, is Mirage, and the Mirage over black gives a lovely green pearly colour as well. So we'll add that on, offer it up to the tube. Okay, I'm just going to level things out a wee bit here. Okay, so now my thread's at the tag. What I want to do is add a bit of super glue on to about 4 or 5 inches of thread. And in wide open turns, I'm going to just put thread on that body with that super glue, and that gives me a very secure hold underneath. But as well as that, it means if I drop this Mirage, if I let go of this as I'm tying, it'll only unravel one wrap and not at all. And if you're lucky enough, you might have seen that in 1 or 2 of my videos where it saved me a lot of hassle, a lot of time whenever it slips. Okay, this Mirage as well stretches very well, so I'm not too worried about a very flat body. It works around the shape of the thread in most cases. Okay, so a couple of turns to secure that in. Then with scissors, cut that up. Then follow up with your rib. So again, just like anything about this size of fly, about 4 or 5 turns up the body. Secure it in. I'm just going to secure in this. Okay, so a couple of turns to secure it in, and then you've seen this before. Instead of me cutting it and wasting away my scissors, just twist it until it breaks off. So that's the main part of the body of your Posh Tosh. So the first thing I want to add in is the underwing. So the underwing is going to be, this is fluorescent yellow. Okay, I'm going to use pelt here. It's very mobile. Okay, so I'm going to remove the underfur here. It's just too bulky. Okay, and then I'm going to reverse tie this in. So what I want to roughly work out where the feathers will be once it's reversed. So I want it to be about that length there. So roughly where the junction tubing will be. Let's see if this works. Pinch and loop. You get that in. And then we'll just look at that there. It's looking about the right length there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut off this excess. I'm going to leave a small bit of it. I'm going to try and taper it. So, and then that'll help kick up that wing a little bit. So as you can see, that wing instantly wants to go upwards. I'm not going to put any more pressure on that wing or else it'll go back down. Okay, now the next wing's going to be black, so I'm going to use black pelt again, but I'm going to go full length this time. It's going to be slightly longer than the under wing. Again, remove your underfur. And try and, you can't twist the wing just to get that real tapered shape. I want this to go on top, so you don't need to reverse tie this. And pinch and loop that down. Just be careful it doesn't slip. Okay. Now this is where it does get difficult with the pop rivet. So you have your wing there. I'm very happy with that shape, but you don't have the space to go around the cut, so just be very careful. Make sure you do try and neaten up as much as possible. You will be putting thread on top of it, so it will disappear, but it'll add bulk. We don't get as much of it as possible now. Okay, so next we're going to add on a hackle. So it's basically fluorescent yellow. Okay, so I'm just going to break off the tip. I don't know if you're hearing this in the video, but there's a lot of background noise, so apologies about that. Okay. Then I've basically reverse tied my hackle, you could say. I've tied in the tip and then bent it back. I'm just trying to train these fibres. Now you can be very generous here with this fly because you're wanting these fibres. You want the water to go over this front and hit these fibres, so you don't have to tie it too light. Okay, so a few wraps. Feathers trying to splay a little bit there. Okay, a few turns to secure that in, keeping the stalk forward, and then you can put the stalk back if you wanted to make it extra secure. Okay, and then depending on your hackle you might be able to pull this off. That's a bit strong. Okay, now what we'll have here is Posh Tosh without the jungle cock. So I've just got 2 jungle cock prepared here. I'll put these on. These are basically going to be eyes, but quite large eyes at that. Okay. I'll put those on just at the right at the front here. And adjust. I see stock just broke itself off there. It should be secured in enough. Okay. Now then, I can cut this stock off. I haven't fully secured in yet, but there's enough on it there. What I want to do is, I won't be using super glue this time. I'm going to use some varnish. I'm going to put a bit of varnish. Oh, bit of varnish on a needle here. And a few turns, and this will save me varnishing it later on as well. So as I varnish that head, I have wet varnish so it'll secure whatever's underneath, and as well as that, I can whip finish into the wet varnish. 1, 2, 3. Okay. As well as that comb will make it very secure as well. Now, as anybody fishes tubes know, you don't normally just fish the comb. You'll need a liner, and that's just so the metal tubing doesn't wreck your line. So what I do is I use this extra small tubing, and I bird off a little end of it, and I put that up the rear, and then I cut it off with a couple of multi spur. And then just burn into that access. Hopefully you see this in the video okay. Okay. And if you want, you can use that needle to make sure that the hole is still open, which it is. That's fine. And there you have it, folks.